everybody, Andy back with Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today I would like to review this. This is going to give me a problem standing. There we go. The Rebor Carnotaurus. Now, Rebor is a company that, although you're probably not going to find them in any type of brick and mortar store, they make some of the best dinosaur figures out there, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of people might complain because a lot of their figures are more movie-ish. Like, they make a lot of figures that are styled after Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, although those movies, which is not a problem to me because as any dinosaur fan should, they love those movies, and I do as well. But occasionally they also pop these suckers out, things like Carnotaurus, and they've had a Utyrannus and Ceratosaurus, all beautiful figures, which maybe I'll get to at some point. But yeah, this is their Carnotaurus. Let's get a nice little bit of a closer look at him, take him off of his base. The one thing I can say is he looks beautiful. But the paint job I thought was, I mean, it's good. I kind of felt like I expected maybe a little better, but it's still really, really nice. It is beautiful in person. He stands quite nicely, as you can see. I mean, I almost knocked him over, but that's because when I initially put him on the base, this isn't the most level spot that I'm reviewing these. And, yeah, as you saw in my Mamentosaurus video, I do like to fall over a lot because, again, this isn't very level, although that dinosaur does have some balancing issues. This one does not. No matter where I seem to put him, he stands really well on this base. The detail that they put into this dinosaur is ridiculous. I will say it that way. They always put a lot of detail into their dinosaurs. Nice menacing view there for you of a Carnotaurus about to rip your head off. One thing that I do like that they did about with this figure was they made him have a blue tongue, which I thought was very cool. Nice little change of pace there. Again, the paint job is pretty good. I mean, I like it a lot, but I just felt like some of their other models might have been a little better painted. That's not to say in any way not to buy this figure, because this figure is absolutely awesome. It has a movable jaw, which is a little stiff at times, but I also don't move it open and close too often. I pretty much open and closed it when I first got it, and then I've left it that way, which is good because you don't want a loose jaw that every time you try to open it then doesn't close. So it's good that it's a little stiffer. The base, although clearly not a realistic setting for a Carnotaurus, is awesome. It is a lava base, so, and then you have the underside, which shows you all the information on him, telling you that he's the Crimson King. But the lava base looks great. And although, again, like I said, it's obviously not a realistic place for a Carnotaurus to just be hanging out, it makes this model really stand out and look phenomenal. Now, one thing I'm going to do, if he stays standing when I don't knock him over, is I will say that I am guilty of buying knockoff bootleg dinosaur figures. Most of the time I buy them just simply because I would like to repaint them, and I have a hard time buying the originals and repainting them as they are so beautiful. But I don't want you guys to get fooled into buying a knockoff over the real thing. I just recently had a discussion on the internet with a bunch of people about how they were just going to buy knockoff versions of these dinosaurs because they're much cheaper. Well, don't. Unless you're going to do it like I do, to buy the figure to repaint or something, it is not worth it because you will be losing out on tons of detail. This is a knockoff version that people in China are selling. Although he does, well, knocked him over, he does look kind of cool, the detail is just lost. It may be hard to really make out on here on this camera, but in person it's very noticeable. You can see that there is significant detail loss in the mouth and the face. The mouth is actually really badly lost when it comes to detail. The teeth are just kind of painted all, oh, if I can get his mouth open, they're just kind of shuffled all together with the way they paint it. It looks like garbage. There's no detail on the actual mouth, whereas this looks phenomenal. People were saying that the detail was similar and that, you know, it's worth buying the knockoff over the original. That is not even remotely true. Another thing that is an issue is with the actual Rebor Carnotaurus, his arms, you can move the arms. You cannot do that with the knockoff version. The knockoff version is also darker, not near as well painted, and it's smaller. Not by much. You can see that, maybe you can't see, I don't know, I don't have a lot of room here. You can see that the original is much bigger. Well, not much bigger, but a little bit bigger. He looks a lot better. Unless you're going to buy this just to be like its smaller, not as detailed mate. Definitely buy the original over the knockoff. I always buy knockoffs because sometimes they'll repaint them, make them look a little cool. But I usually buy them just basically because I want to repaint it myself. The other issue with buying the knockoff is you also do not get this fantastic base that you will only get if you buy the original Rebor version, until China decides to start ripping that off as well. That's the only way you can get this awesome base. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex. You can see about how big he is compared to him, as he is the dinosaur that most people usually have. I purchased this Carnotaurus, I believe from everythingdinosaur.com, and although I'm in the United States and they're in England, they are fantastic. I can never say a bad thing about everythingdinosaur.com. Anytime I've ever ordered from them, I've always gotten my stuff. If there was a problem, they take care of it immediately. They ship quickly from England to the United States. It takes maybe a week, if that. They're very fast shippers, and they get their product to you quickly and safely. They're always packaged well. Can never say anything bad about Everything Dinosaur. So a lot of people from the United States, I always hear you guys complaining, saying, oh, you know, I have a hard time getting any kind of Collect Day figure because a lot of places in the US don't sell them, or anything like that. Some of these other figures that are a little more obscure, like Rebor, I mean, I know you can get them also at BigBadToyStore.com, which is also actually a really good site. So I can't really complain. I can recommend either BigBadToyStore.com or EverythingDinosaur.com. Both of them probably take about the same amount of time, even with Everything Dinosaur shipping from England. Like I said, they get the stuff to you so fast. But Everything Dinosaur also, Everything Dinosaur, BigBadToyStore.com also ships them quite quickly, and they get to you in a decent amount of time. So if I were you, I would order from one of those two websites. Don't even bother with eBay because you're going to pay through the roof for those on there. So yeah, that's about all I got to say about this. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. I like to hear what you have to say about the videos, and I will see you in the next video.